Man, wrestling just keeps getting more depressing and more depressing every time I watch it, James. Every time I watch it, man, just gets more depressing. CM Punk is fired. The Elite probably set him up. We're going to dive into it, man. Let's just get it. Wrestling Shout! What is going on? I am Jesse Carter. Welcome to the Pro Wrestling Shoot. Joined with me as always, James Pinard Jr. James, the enemy won, man. The enemy won. I don't really know what to say, but what I can say is if you're listening on audio platforms, make sure you're coming in to YouTube and checking out the live streams. Hit that bell for notifications and follow us on our social medias, man, at the Pro Wrestling Shoot everywhere. Go and check that out so you can hear me rant or see me rant about CM Punk or the Elite or whatever's going on. Trust me, it's a fun follow, even if it's controversial sometimes. It's a lot of fun.
We don't care.
And if you're watching or if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, drop that 5-star rate and give us a friendly review. Enough shilling, man. Let's go to the chat. Everything Pro Wrestling says, yo. I'm sure he's here for that CM Punk talk. Lucha, I think that's Lucha Libre memes, man. He's been checking out a lot of the game content, which our game content's doing really well on our channel. Thank you guys so much for the support on that. We're going to talk some WWE 2K24 as well on this chat. It's not all going to be a CM Punk rant, I promise. We're going to talk some video games and have some fun. Steve Kelly, what's going on? He says, hey, yo. Wrestling Gaming TV. They totally set him up. What's good though? What's going on, man? Welcome to the chat. Easy mother effing E in the house. That intro music is so loud that I feared for my life. Man, was the music too loud? Is it too loud on your guys' end? Because if not, I got a whole nother intro. I don't have to play the music every time.
That one will fear your life.
Man, he feared for his life, guys, and CM Punk was fired via cause. There's a cause. Easy E throwing up them X's. CM Punk all the way. Steve Kelly, why did TK set CM Punk up? Look, it's all gonna be my conspiracy theory coming in here soon. We're gonna talk about it, but dude, there is just too many cards on the table for me to not have a full house at this point. Lucha Libre meme says, it is me, bro. This man pays attention. Yeah, you're right, man. Hey, I'm trying to build this community over here for the video game side, and I want to know everybody. I want to know everybody's likes and dislikes when it comes to WWE 2K24. And don't forget, man, we're going to have Brian Williams on the show again. So when he's here, just make sure you pop in. I know Lucha Libre memes. I know you were in the last one. So yeah, just make sure everybody's coming in and supporting the cause, man. Brian listens, dude. He listens. I mean, it's not going to mean that like every single feature will be added in a WWE 2K24, but there is things coming for future games, man. They're bringing a lot of stuff back. I got another video that's going to be dropping, I think Sunday. I think I'm done for the rest of the week after this, but Sunday, I will be dropping another video, and it is on features that I do believe for sure are coming back in WWE 2K24, and we're going to dive into that, man. So it is what it is. Steve Kelly says, I love the intro music. I appreciate it, man. Buddy of mine, Chase McClendon, shout out to him. He did the intro for this when we first started the Pro Wrestling Shoot, right, James? Like when we first started this, he had the intro music years ago. About a little over 3 years now. So
it's going strong.
Yeah, got it going, man. Got it going on. All right, James, CM Punk out.
I don't care. It's football season. Perfect timing.
CM Punk is all out. You've been very vocal in our group chat about who cares. The problem's gone. At least we can get back to business.
Okay, here, I'm putting it this way. We didn't want drama. We've all said that. We wanted somebody to step up and do someone. Yes, I'm not saying TK's out of the loop because he's at fault as well. I'm starting to feel the same way, just like other people. I don't think he's ready for the job. I think someone else, he needs to be coached by somebody. His dad needs to give him a lesson how to handle situations a lot better
and not fear
you
for his life.
you look, and this is a wrestling company. Your dad owns a damn football team. Okay, there's players that will try to hold out, do everything in their powers for money. Okay, fights. I mean, I don't know how fights do happen in the NFL. You know, there's always protests in locker rooms, but you need to learn from him. He's running a bigger organization than you are for wrestling, and you can't let people do whatever they want. You're making, to me, with everything going on, you're making WCW look a lot better shape, in my opinion. There's things they did that were completely wrong, but
Look, AEW has been in some bad shape. Like, I agree with that. AEW's had their faults. Do I still love AEW? Yes. Do I still love Tony Khan? Yes. Do I still love the Elite? Yes. But dude, come on, man. There has to be a conspiracy at foot here. There was a meeting supposed to take place according to Punk's camp in what, Atlanta? We were supposed to have a meeting to where we could sit down and squash all of this when he came back. When he first came back, it was up in the air if he was even coming anyway. He was stopping by Impact. He was stopping by WWE. He's trying to get back into wrestling because Punk fell back in love with wrestling, right? So he comes back. He's trying to squash everything with the Elite. They're not letting it happen. He's the one getting the letters saying not to contact anybody, correct?
right. Yeah.
So he's trying to do business. Meanwhile, we have other people poking the bear. Matt Hardy saying what he wants to do. Bro, I have never disliked Matt Hardy so much in my life. Listen, I was a big fan of Matt Hardy, but this guy is just,
he's a nut hugger. I'm sorry to say it.
It's
Him and his wife are just with him posting the TikTok stuff. I'm like, I get you guys do that, but you had a lot of problems, Rebby. I remember
we're not even going to bring up her
but
problems. I'm just saying Matt Hardy in general has poked the bear. Brandon Cutler has poked the bear. We dropped the freaking bag for Colt freaking Cabana, where's Colt Cabana? He's wearing a Brandon Cutler uniform and chasing Brandon Cutler around on ROH. Yeah. And he's lucky to be doing that, to be honest. Brandon Cutler is another one, saying, retweeting stuff about, what was the retweet that he did during the whole Punk thing?
Was like
he was gaslighting.
Yeah, it was like
gaslighting.
Yeah, I forgot who posted it, but yeah, it was like CM Punk's the gaslights at the company.
We banished CM Punk onto his own show, right? He's not allowed to come over to Dynamite. He can't be in contact with the Elite, all this stuff, right? We banished him to his own show. These people in AEW had a problem with Jungle Boy wanting to do a real glass spot on a rental car on Collision. It was supposed to be a segment, like a cutscene segment. They were supposed to record a pre-tape for it. He wanted to use real glass. Everybody's telling Jungle Boy, no, it's a bad idea. It's a bad idea. Tony Schiavone goes up to CM Punk. Allegedly, this is all just what we're reading, right? You can't take it as gospel. But if this is the story and this is true, allegedly, Tony Schiavone goes over to CM Punk and says, "Hey man, can you handle this? This dude's not listening. You're a veteran. He'll listen to you. Tell him we can't use real glass." CM Punk does so. Goes up there and says, "No, you're stupid. We're not doing real glass. You don't need to use real glass in a situation like this. You are a stuntman, a glorified stuntman. And when this is a show played by fictional characters, that's what wrestling is, man. You don't need to put your body through all this pain." It's basically what he's telling Jungle Boy. Boy gets... Hold on. Jungle Boy gets all heated, right? All in comes. Jungle Boy now has his spot that is supposedly approved by who? I don't know. Maybe Tony Khan approved it. Does the spot, gets cut open right off the bat. Cut open. Like you can see the lacerations on his arm, his back, all that stuff. Bad thing. Before he does the spot, he continues to look into the crowd or into the camera saying, it's real glass, cry me a river. We've seen it all over. There was chants on All Out, cry me a river, all that stuff with all these happy-go-lucky AEW fans. So before this even happened, we got a promo a couple of months back, maybe about a month ago from the Elite. And the Elite are saying, you're going to see us on Rampage. You're going to see us on Dynamite. You're going to see us on pay-per-views. Hell, you'll probably even see us on Collision. And then Kenny Omega gave a good old wink to the camera. Now, that indicated one or two things
Yeah.
at the time. All right, cool. Well, they're probably going to switch Punk's spot. Punk's going to go to Dynamite for a little bit. Elite's going to go to Collision, or we're going to work this out. But now that this has happened,
they just magically show up on Collision.
Now that this has happened, I'm starting to think that a little conspiracy is at foot, because the term cause was used so much in this situation by Tony Khan, and he was feared for his life. You could tell a lawyer wrote this. This had nothing to do with Tony Khan. Yeah. This was definitely a lawyer speaking in these terms. So he feared for his life. We fired him for cause. We have to say this legally because, trust me, some legal action is coming from CM Punk. Like, whether they want it or not, there's lawyers coming. It seems to me like they didn't have enough cause to fire this man after the whole brawl out situation. There was nothing there that they can... He technically defended himself in this situation, so they couldn't fire him. Had to bring him back, give him the Collision. What do we do, Tony? I don't know. Let's poke the bear some more, you know? Yeah, I think this is all set up just in a way to where we can get rid of Punk to begin with. We had to bring him back for a little bit. We had to poke the bear a little bit until because we knew Punk was going to act up, right? Is he an idiot for acting up? Yes, he's an idiot for acting up.
Yeah. This is the funny thing that you mentioned it, that Tony Schiavone, who, I don't know, it's rumored that he was on the disciplinary committee. He is cool with the Bucks as well. Why do you just go to CM Punk? I mean, there's other veterans in the locker room, but you go specifically to Punk. I don't know if that's kind of strange to you, but that seems a little iffy. Like, there's other talent you can ask, and he just decided to go to Punk, which I get it. He was a star. Collision. The show was made for him, but there's other guys in that locker room. You could ask Jay White. You can ask, you can ask other employees on the roster, or, Tony Khan, for a matter of fact. But for some reason, they went to Punk for some reason. And
here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. You don't think that this is weird that all of a sudden the Elite announces we're going to go to Collision, right?
Oh yeah, I found that odd.
This situation happens because we know Punk's going to beat somebody down. He's already been pushed to the edge by everybody on this roster. We send out a tweet and fire CM Punk. The whole statement was already released, but then Tony Khan records a pre-tape and goes and says it on a pre-tape.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And he keeps using a lot of lawyer terms because he knows CM Punk has went up against $1 billion corporation before and taken him down. So what could happen to AEW? CM Punk could do the same thing. It's not all about money all the times.
Yeah, the signs are getting there. Like, after the first fight that happened, it was peace and quiet, nothing really. They just came back. Then he eventually came back with the new show and everything. And then just a little, just a little subliminal messages, if you will, with, like Jungle Boy. Yeah, let's have the lower talent. We're not going to bottom. Let's have the lower talent bottom. And it's people that have nothing to do with the show. Ryan M., if you see him on if he's lucky, Ring of Honor and BTE, you see Jungle Boy, who's doing a program, just turned to heel, so it's going to work for his gimmick.
So James, here's the other thing too. They took it to a discipline committee.
Yeah,
discipline committee. I've never heard that AEW had a discipline committee. Who is on the discipline committee that is being reported right now? This is not fact. I'm not saying it's true, but who's on that committee?
Yeah,
Tony Schiavone, somebody who went to go and tell Punk to tell Jungle Boy to begin with, we're not doing glass. Matt Hardy, who is continuously kissing the Young Bucks' ass night in, night out.
We knew that from Impact days.
Aubrey Edwards, not sure where she stands, but that's who's also being reported. And Christopher Daniels, the guy that was asked by Punk to leave Collision. It's a little funny.
It's
plus some lawyers.
Pretty much
and who's their lawyer? Who's their lawyer? The chick that walked into the room during Brawl Out.
Yeah,
it's awful funny to me.
There's a lot around there, and you know who's poking the bear with that one, noticing the little signs? Cornette. He's poking the bear and noticing a little. I
don't always agree with Cornette, man, but I listened to his rant on CM Punk, and you know what? He nailed it, man. He nailed it. Let's get to some comments real quick because we got some people going crazy in here. I want to keep it relevant here. Let me see here. Lucha Libre Mean says, well, if we're passing around conspiracies, here's mine. Punk acted up at All In. because he heard the rumors that Fight Forever was dead on arrival. Adjust my tinfoil hats.
100%. The game is dead. I mean, I don't play it. We actually played Fight Forever before the pay-per-view. We played what was it? Casino Battle Royale. I forgot how to play the damn thing. It's dead. I'm sorry.
I don't know,
dead
man. I still have fun on it. Like, I feel like if you could pop on with friends, it's fun. I'm not gonna shoot the game down completely, but Wrestling Gaming TV says I'm getting serious WCW 2000 vibes from AEW at the moment. And Conrad from Everything Pro Wrestling says nothing is WCW 2000 bad.
I don't know. There was some parts of WWE like in the 2010s that were god awful.
Yeah,
that kind of resorted back
Cena
to
era, man. Cena era. Steve Kelly says Matt Hardy is poking the bear. Chris the Psycho, what's going on, man? Welcome back to the chat. He says 3 sides to every story: punks, the elites, and the truth. I feel everyone needs to be professional on this matter. Well, the elite weren't professional. If everything, you know what I mean? Like they didn't want to work anything out. They got slapped one time and they went and cried to TK and got lawyers involved. I don't know, man. This is pro wrestling. There's so many things that have happened in the pro wrestling world that have been forgiven, but yet this was unforgiven.
It's a different timing.
I just think it's ridiculous.
You know, Bischoff has said it numerous times. Like,
but hold on. He is right though. There is 3 sides.
There's the right side. There's your side. There's my side, and then there's the right side.
The truth.
Correct way. Yep.
Byron Cutler, what's going on, man? Surprised he didn't kick it off with a 2K24 needs this. Welcome to the chat, man. Everything Pro Wrestling says professionalism left a long time ago, and that's a fact. That's a fact. Yep. Steve Kelly, everyone is poking the grizzly bear. Easy E says bench players doing starter players stuff. You know what I mean? Like that's where
you don't see this in the NFL. You don't see the NBA. You don't see Mahomes getting pushed by a younger or somebody like that's a backup trying to push them to get out of the team. You don't see that crap.
Matthew Lopez says, hello, good evening, all. What is going on, Matthew Lopez? Matthew Lopez, shout out to you, man. Still continues to keep me up to date on everything that's going on in the wrestling world, all the memes, all the news, everything. I love the updates, Matt. Keep them coming, man. Everything Pro Wrestling says, why ask a CM Punk opinion, then have Jack Perry do what he wants?
So just thinking about this, if the story is true, that when after Brawl Out happened, that's when the story comes out that he was going to try to go to WWE. So that's why that seems like everything's coming together. If he wanted to go there in December, then he just magically comes back to Collision and all that. So they're like, well, this guy just wanted to leave. The hell with him. Let's do everything in power to push him out. It's starting to add up just a little. I mean, I know the locker room don't want him there in WWE, but Kevin Owens supposedly the rumor started wanting them there for Royal Rumble and all that. So the stories are just starting to add up. So there could be a little setup, if you will. That's if you want to take it that way. Just it makes complete sense. I've noticed other things like I didn't think the Bucks were going to work with FTR, and that was a little odd. I know that the story match you have to do, but it just felt odd. They even shout them out on Instagram. They had their problems with them too. So, and I'm pretty sure they might have let's this might be my take, but maybe FTR kind of knew, like, hey, they're going to try to get Punk out of the way too. We're just going to hold him for star power to get ourselves elevated, and then poof.
Could be, man. Could be. Let me see here. Let's get some more comments. Wrestling Gaming TV agreeing with Conrad over here. Lucha says, this podcast music intro made me fear for my life. Man, you too. I'm gonna have to turn it down a little bit then. I don't know what's going on with that.
Got lawyers at the door.
Everything Pro Wrestling said, they fired him publicly. Why was that necessary? The press statement was enough. TK goes out there saying he fears for his life. Riddle me this. Why wouldn't you say what happened then? Yeah, here, let me I got that picture for you too, Conrad. I know you guys showed it over there on Clash of the Podcast, but this is what fearing for his life looks like. We let CM Punk take his pictures, go and do his match, all that stuff. Although everybody was fearing for their life. You got the referee, you got Jerry Lynn, you got Samoa Joe, CM Punk. We're all smiling. CM Punk knew he was going away after this, but fearing for his life is a little.
Now let's push the ante. There's Joe No, like, oh yeah, we're smiling. This guy's out of here. We already knew this. This is the plan all along.
It's a little wild, man. It's a little wild.
But I think adding up to that story about WWE, he went to WWE and they wanted to do something with him. He wanted, so he maybe it was he, you know, I know we were talking about the breach of contract. Maybe he was trying to get out of it and they heard about it. So they said, let's just do everything in our power to piss him off.
That's where the conspiracy lies, man.
Yeah.
They set this man up for failure.
When Sean posted it, when Sean posted it that after Brawl Out, he wanted to go there, go to WrestleMania, which would it be? We would be talking about a whole different thing. We don't even know if Kobe would have won the title. We don't know if the Usos would have had the tag titles. If you have Punk fight CM Punk or Owens
fight CM Punk, you mean who?
Owens and Punk.
Oh, Owens.
Do you have the Usos with the title? Does Cody magically win the title?
Well, here's the difference. Here's the difference. So Brandon Thurston was asking at the media scrum at All Out, which pay-per-view was 5 out of 10, by the way, if you guys wanted to know my take. Not a good pay-per-view. Last 4 matches, great. The other 11 matches that were on the card or whatever the case, I'm good. Anyway, media scrum. Everybody's saying this is the best thing ever. Brandon Thurston's asking, hey, do you know anything about CM Punk's non-compete clause? And he wouldn't answer it. So are we giving him a non-compete clause? Because wasn't Tony Khan against non-compete clauses? And can you even put a non-compete clause on somebody that you just breached their contract and fired them?
I would think because he was, well...
Wrestling Gaming TV also says lawyers coming after physical altercation at a
easily. It's not like back in the day. So, I mean, yeah, we give WCW a lot of crap, but like Bischoff mentioned to a fan, like, oh, yeah, Nash went right to Bischoff and got right into his face, allegedly lunged at him about firing Six. What did they do? They talked about it. They were in the bar drinking.
Yep. Everything Pro Wrestling says now people have to form their own conclusions. Horrible idea. Yeah, it sucks. I mean, look, I'm not stating anything that I'm saying is fact. I'm just saying it looks a little weird to me. You're using funny terms in your in your lawyer written statement that just seem a little funny. That tells me that you didn't have enough cause to fire him after All Out. But now you have cause because you poked him enough to where he chokes him. He goozled Jack Perry.
Yeah, he goozled Jack.
So you know, I mean, let's call a spade.
Because he had another year, right? Because he's been there for 2 years.
Mm-hmm,
besides all these suspensions, which I know I'm pretty sure he got added time, especially with the injuries he got as well. So there's probably at least another year and a half, if you will. And they just figured, why not just do all this? So things are just adding up. So expect this on Dark Side.
Dark Side of the Ring, CM Punk. Expect CM Punk to be suing Dark Side of the Ring too. Watch. Eazy-E says, I think they were doing a taping with Dynamite and Collision, and Punk was going to be off Collision for on week 2 or something. So that's probably what he's talking about when the Elite said they were going over. I'm just saying, funny timing. They say this, all this other stuff breaks out. CM Punk's fired. Jack Perry now, who is not your star, who is not your head merchandise mover. He is not the guy that brought you 1 million ratings. He's not 1 mil Phil.
Like
you're gonna suspend this guy for poking the bear. Look, all this could have been settled. If you're a boss, all this could have been settled. Tony Khan is on his headset watching the event happen. The first thing he sees is Jack Perry go to this screen and say, Crimea, it's real glass, Crimea River. Immediately, I'm looking at CM Punk and I'm saying, Phil, go get ready for your match. I'm talking to Jack when he comes back here. That is that. I will handle this. Go get ready for your match. That's all that needed to be done. Instead, he gives him 2 thumbs up like, we're good to go.
Hear me out on this. This whole
what is
CM
going
Punk
on?
thing, for anybody that watches football, okay, with the whole thing that went down with Roger Goodell and John Gruden, they were it was like 600 plus pages in forms, and they outed him out because he said a racist remark. Out of everything in the NFL, this is the one guy you point out. Punk's kind of in the same situation. He's going to threaten everything possible, and they might just leeway and get somebody else. Someone's going to get fired. I don't know who they're going to fire, but someone will get fired for this as well with Punk. Just like it happened in the NFL. An owner had to sell a team that was always vouching. That would never happen.
Let's get through some of these comments, man. We got a lot of people talking over here, so I want to kind of get to the bottom of the comments before we start in asking any more questions. Isaiah Hill says, WWE 2K24. What's going on, Isaiah? Man, I appreciate all the support. Steve Kelly says, is Jack Perry turning into another New Jack? He wishes.
New Jack's rolling his grave.
Matthew Lopez says, if anyone cares about NXT next week, Becky Lynch will be challenging for the NXT Women's Championship. Hey man, don't be shilling NXT during our
let me just say though, the NXT is gonna beat Dynamite ratings pretty soon because their Judgment Day, Dominic Mysterio beyond there alone is giving them a big boost. So
Matthew Lopez says New Jack would murk Jack Perry. Conrad is just slapping his own face right here. See, Easy E says Nimeth tweeted, softest man alive. Jericho and Perry liked tweets calling Punk locker room cancer probably is what he's talking about, and that Punk created a hostile work environment. Yep, seen that. Byron Cutler, idea for your next stream should be the rise of the Judgment Day. Actually, the next stream that we're going to be doing next week, same time, a symbol from YouTube. I'm sure you guys are aware of Matt, a symbol, his page. He is a pretty big YouTuber that talks about WWE 2K and all the other wrestling video games. He will be joining us over here to talk some WWE 2K24 next week. So make sure you join the live stream then, where that whole stream is pretty much going to be about WWE 2K24. So make sure you come in and enjoy. Easy E says MJF and Perry mocked Punk with post pay-per-view scrum, pickles, and muffins. Yep. It's a fact.
We should have been eating muffins.
Yeah. Yeah. Steve Kelly says, my store has not sold any AEW Fight Forever. That's a fact. I was just in your store not that long ago, Steve, and sure enough, every copy of AEW Fight Forever is still on the shelves.
Just call the bank.
Tokyo to Menace, what's going on, bro? He says, CM Jerk been trying to back to WWE for past year. Yeah, he may have, dude. And at this point, do you blame him? Yeah, I'd be wanting to go back too, man. Wrestling Gaming TV says, 100% Cena era was awful. Okay, so I'm pretty far back on these comments. Easy E says, sounds like consistent work harassment towards Punk. Gabe, what's going on, Gabe? Welcome back to the chat, man. He says, thinking about the Perry issue, I think if he wanted to do something so stupid, let him. Sometimes a kid has to touch the fire.
Let him learn.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Okay, and when we heard the report that he wanted to use glass and that, he had vacation already prioritized, that it was already approved, you might as well just let him do it. I mean, Jack's going to learn. It's not smart. I know he thinks I'm a professional. Dude, you've been in the business for how long?
He'd be making $200 on the indies if it wasn't for the Bucks right now. I promise.
So with the conspiracy theories, if you want to push it more, what if it was this whole time? Okay, hear me out. If Punk and WWE were just working under the low after all these many years, I know he had his problems with them. Hey, go to AEW, start some crap over there.
Now you're really digging into conspiracies. Well, I don't think that was the case at all. But
well, you never know.
That's too much, James. That's too much. Lucha Libre Meme says, my main issue with the AEW drama is Tony's consistent words about an investigation. Like, bro, there's no FBI or CIA digging into this wrestling drama. That's fact. That's a fact. Everything Pro Wrestling says, EVP shout outs. Shout out everyone on IG except for Punk and Joe. Shake my head. Tokyo Domina says CM Punk was trying to get fired for a year now to go back to WWE. Probably, man.
Regal did. I mean, he broke his contract. That's what the story's coming out. That
as soon as as soon as he got word of Triple H is running the show and Vince McMahon's out, he said, "Hey Tony, I got to go back to the."
There's this thing. Yeah, I need to go. I'm fearing for my life.
My kid's over there. I got
that Phil guy. I'm fearing for my life, dude.
He didn't shake my hand at the All Out pay-per-view. I can't work with this guy.
I'm a future Hall of Famer. You gonna let him disrespect me, Tony? Let me go.
Steve Kelly says, "What is up with Tony Khan wearing headphones? He's in Gorilla, man. He controls the show just like Vince does well, I don't know if he's doing it now,
There's
but
other things we can say about Tony Khan, but let's just keep that off the air. Chris
yeah,
Williams, if you ever show
we're
up.
not gonna slander Tony Khan that much over here, man. I love Tony Khan. Don't get me wrong. I just think that something funny is up with this situation. Matthew Lopez says, Paul Turner, eyes saying, help me. Yeah, exactly. He didn't look like he was scared or feared for his life, but whatever. Lucha says, this will make an awesome Dark Side of the Ring episode someday. Probably will. LaGoat, man, what's going on? Says TK fears Punk, according to his lawyer. Yeah. Steve Kelly, I love Dark Side of the Ring. Jack Perry should be fired. Can I fight Jack Perry? Not unless you want to get fired, Steve. Brian Pearsall, oh, hell yeah. Special guest next week. Yeah, what's going on, Brian, man? Welcome to the chat. Thanks for joining and supporting. Yep, special guest, a symbol will be on the show next week. We're going to be talking some WWE 2K24. Tokyo Domina says Jack Perry got fired. He just be an NXT pickup. Byron Cutler says, I love this Judgment Day story. He's over here saying F Punk. I don't care, man. Judgment Day is rocking it. All right, guys. So what do you guys think? Am I too crazy? Is there not enough pieces to the puzzle right now to think that this could have been a setup all along, or is this just some conspiracy whack job and Punk should have just kept his mouth shut
Yeah,
from the beginning?
because if you have a committee, okay, Matt Hardy, I don't remember the last time Punk and Matt Hardy have been in the ring. Okay, so let's scratch that one off. Aubrey Edwards and Punk, I haven't even heard any interaction. Tony Schiavone, you got the Glass story going out there, and I said, why does he go specifically to Punk? That's one oddball thing. I know you mentioned it about when they mentioned the Elite. We might be on, we'll be out here on Dynamite, we'll be on Rampage, even Collision, so that's an oddball thing. And then with the story coming out of, hey, he was potentially going to go back to the V, and the whole thing with Tony trying to, with the whole tampering contracts, which you're not going to stop that. It happens in the NFL, happens in the NBA. No one cares. Tony Khan's done it himself as much as he wants to BS himself. And the minute they probably found out about that, they said, let's do everything in our power to piss this guy off. He'll get really pissed at the little incidences, of someone not shaking his hand, someone, telling him to do this, and no, I don't want to do that. So it's adding up just little by little, and the Bucks might be laughing now, but who knows? Could this be the end of them? Could this possibly, I don't want to push the agenda.
I don't think this is going to be the end of AEW by any means. I think that any company can survive without any one.
I think
guy.
AEW will continue.
This was their top seller, though, James. This was their top merchandise mover. This is the guy that brought you $1 million, and now we're acting like he did nothing for this company.
This is a veteran. This is a veteran wrestler. We had something happen to a veteran football coach. What did it happen? It went all the way down to the owner of the NFL, or Roger Goodell, having the same issues. It ended up, all right, Washington, you need to sell the damn team. He's gone. So somebody major is going to be going. I'm questioning who is it going to be going. It just seems like the same sequence. I mean,
look,
if he was already planning to leave in the first place.
Do I love the Elite, man? This made me think a little differently about them. Do I still appreciate what they've done for pro wrestling? Yes, 100%. But this whole situation sucks, man. I really hope that CM Punk can make his way over to WWE, because I think there's still business to be made. And if there's one way to stick it to AEW, if you're WWE, how do you not jump on this opportunity and bring CM Punk over? Give him a live mic. Let him air his grievances again like back in the day. Dude, it's all said and done, man. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, and I heard people saying this, well, Kevin Owens is friends with the Bucks. Yeah, I understand that, but Owens is probably not like them, and he would do the damn job if it's there.
I also think that Owens is friends with CM Punk too, because they have history as well together. So
so it's just little incidents, just everything adding up.
Easy E says Jungle Boy feared FTR would change his wrestling. That's his wrestling IQ, yeah. And then Everything Pro Wrestling says, nah, fam, EVP's not working with people in the company is garbage. Yeah, it is, man. Like, that's the thing, is like, how are you gonna, you think that as AEW, now seeing what happened to CM Punk coming in and being the top guy, top merchandise seller, all this stuff, having a problem with the Elite now, who, They created this company, right? They say that every single week. They created this company. Good luck getting an Edge to come in. Good luck getting a Roman Reigns to ever come in, or any other big name from WWE, because they're going to look at this situation and be like, why did this happen? You know what I mean? Is it because you guys didn't like it, or is it because he didn't like it? And it's going to be the latter. They're not going to trust this whole situation with Tony Khan, with the Elite, all that stuff. You're not going to get these big names from WWE to come over to AEW anytime soon. It's not going to happen. Maybe certain friends that are, if you're friends with the Elite, then you're good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're good if you do that. But
this
if you're a Miro, or if you're an Andrade, or if you're an FTR, might have a little bit of trouble.
I mean, think about it. I mean, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, they had their own little clique and they ran everything, you know, like just like the Elite are trying to do everything too. And what ended up happening, Brett went to WCW. So could Punk be on the verge going back to WWE?
Could be, man.
You know,
could be. I think there's still business to be made.
It
man.
was
If
a
he's
different
selling that
time
much-
back then.
If he's selling that much merch, why wouldn't WWE bring him in? That's money, dude. That's money to be made.
Now, I don't know how it was back in the day. I don't know where Brett was, you know, on merchandise sales. I mean, he was a big star, so was Shawn. The crowd was split. You were a Shawn guy, or you were a Brett guy, or you were a Hart Foundation guy, or you were with the Clique. Same with vice versa, CMFTR or the Elite. Just say everything. They're taking the little notes of, hey, how'd you Hunter and Shawn do this back in the day? You know.
All right. Well, we're gonna transition into some video game talk, man, because I want to have some fun over here. But we'll answer these. We'll
just interesting. So
yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's a crazy situation. Now CM Punk is gone, and I'm gonna set this comment down real quick. And look, we got some imagery from CM Punk's final match at AEW. You know what I mean? Some good images. You know, CM Punk had the best match on that card, by the way. It was match of the night by far. So,
and let's point it out after I showed you a tweet, because I didn't realize it, that he's like looking at the crowd after the match finishes, and you can clearly read his lips saying goodbye, thank you for your time, which is something that I didn't notice. I don't know if you picked up on it.
No, I didn't pick up on it at the time because I was just stoked about the match that he just had.
Yeah, but now it's like he already knew, like, I'm gone.
And this is the part that you're talking about right here. CM Punk, you know, put the I love you sign up, you know, the love sign, and said goodbye.
No, man. I mean, they're trying to make,
And if this is the last image that we see of CM Punk, I'm gonna be pretty angry, man. But what an image. He doesn't show the full one because he's putting up the one acknowledging the tribal chief over in WWE. He has the belt on the back. He's walking out.
Oh, Cody.
We could be seeing CM Punk in WWE, man, and I would be okay with it. I would be okay, dude. I'm telling you right now.
The question is, would you watch AEW, or would you watch AEW still more frequently, or if Punk goes over there, would you watch that a lot more?
I'm still gonna watch AEW. Look,
because
I don't hate
that's
AEW
what put AEW. I mean, AEW was already on the map. You bring a star that hasn't been in the business for many years. What did WCW do?
I'm gonna put a cap on this real quick. I'm gonna put a cap on this. I am happy with a lot of wrestlers in AEW. I still love the product. I am disappointed in management in AEW. I'm disappointed in the situation. I'm disappointed in the Elite doing the things that the Elite does. I'm disappointed in the people that follow the Elite, like Matt Hardy and Christopher Daniels, who we've met tons of times, and he's phenomenal. You know what I mean? Super nice guy, but this is disappointing. You know what I mean? I'm just disappointed in what management did in this situation. Now, at the same time, there was a lot of trouble. So maybe it's best for Punk to be out of AEW and all this to carry on, because there were so many fans divided by this AEW and, Elite or CM Punk side. So in the long run, maybe this is better for AEW. Like, I hate saying that, but maybe it is. You know, at the same time, Punk, you know what I mean? He's a grown man. He made his own decisions. He chose to goozle Jack Perry, and that's the
If you really want to throw it back, I mean, Hogan had his problems with Sting. They didn't want him there. I mean, you can put it in that way. FTR was, or the Bucks were Hulk Hogan, and Sting was CM Punk. Didn't like little things. Hogan was working with who? Eric Bischoff. Same thing.
Easy E says TK let the Elite and Co do whatever they want. Everything Pro Wrestling said. I loved Mark Henry's comments on it. It should be sunshine and rainbows moving forward. Let's see. Yeah, Mark Henry too, and a lot of people read his comments out of context too. So if you read his comments and you actually go and listen to Busted Open Radio and the way he said it, comes off in two different ways. Mark Henry was frustrated with this situation.
He's not fucking
Mark. So
yeah, he's not the only one. I mean, you heard it from Brody King kicking like the gate on the way out after the match. There's superstars that are kind of pissed about the whole thing. Just certain things line up. Like, Hulk Hogan had creative control. The Elite have EVP powers. Punk came in, and I don't even know. I'm waiting for something. Maybe Sean Ross Sapp will say, "Oh yeah, when Punk tried to sign with AEW, he wanted creative control, and they told him no."
Oh, speaking of Sean Ross Sapp, so by the way, while all this is going down in in AEW behind the scenes with the Elite and everything Punk's going on, you've got straight an anti-Punk campaign running through all the dirt sheets besides Sean Ross Sapp, by the way. Kudos to Sean Ross Sapp because he's called out a lot of other dirt sheet writers that have big names, Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez, who have continued to hate on CM Punk because CM Punk didn't name a wrestling move after him, I guess.
Don't you know, man? According to Dave and Brian, we were soft to him in every way. We were kind. We wanted to give him, we thought he can do it.
What a joke, dude. What a joke. Listen, if you guys, I don't know if you guys are listening on audio or if you're in here on the chat. If you pay for an observer, cancel your subscription. That dude is full of shit. I promise you. Full of shit.
Now I'll take it this way. Like, I brought this up to Chris Williams. I'll bring it up to you. You were obviously a Sean guy. Did you like the way Sean took everything advantage with Bret Hart?
No.
It was a different time because we didn't look at it that way.
Not,
now
dude.
It's the other way. Now we're looking at it as a Bret Hart way.
I was a Sean guy too, but don't get me wrong. I still like Bret Hart. I'm the same in this situation, James. I'm a CM Punk guy.
Trust me, I want to like both. I don't want to
Kenny Omega.
I don't want to be in the 50-50 of, I like this guy, I don't like the other one. Just like, I can't,
no.
I'm not going to just like Hulk Hogan and not like Sting.
Listen, I'm happy. The only thing that I'm happy about is that all this crap is done. And this will be the final podcast that we talk about it until CM Punk comes to WWE or something happens.
I don't think this is the last of it.
To where CM Punk releases a statement or whatever. But as far as this goes, I'm glad that this will be like the last time we talk about it. So
he's gonna air the dirty laundry, and it's gonna be
and then we'll talk about that because we got to talk about that. But Easy E says, imagine guys calling themselves the Super Click, bragging about being real and talking about Bret Hart circle jerks.
Could it possibly be during an AEW big pay-per-view and Punk like, let me release a statement right now to stir the pot?
We'll find out. We got a lot of comments to get to, though. So Everything Pro Wrestling says that CM Punk is number 1 and number 4 in merch sales. Byron Color says we need a Judgment Day Collector's Edition for WWE 2K24. Byron, I'll match you on that. I think that we need a Bray Wyatt Collector's Edition for WWE 2K24. Judgment Day is great, don't get me wrong, but I'd much rather have that Wyatt going on. Matthew Lopez says if Punk does want to come back to WWE, Paul Heyman probably could play a role in it. Yeah, that'd be great. I think that him and
they
Paul
do want to
work really well.
As much as they look clueless, I'm pretty sure they do not want Cody winning the title yet. I'm pretty sure, as clueless as they're doing this storyline with the bloodline, they want to extend it longer.
Yeah. Easy E says Punk makes a lot of money for Colt Cabana through Pro Wrestling Tees. That's a fact, man. That's a fact. And they're taking all of his stuff off here soon, too. So if you guys want some CM Punk merch, go on AEWshop.com.
As soon as possible.
Go get it. Go to Pro Wrestling Tees, wherever you get your merchandise, and go check that out. Steve Kelly says, didn't Vince fire people for hugging him?
I would believe it.
Think he did. Think he did. Lucha Libre Meme says, Tony Khan and the Elite worked together to take down Punk because they lost money on betting on Punk's UFC fights. So now they're going to bring him down AEW so they can play play for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Who knows, man? Who knows?
I don't know, Tony. You might just have to boo your father's team.
Tokyo Dominic says fight forever lacking. Everything Pro Wrestling says Punk versus Joe Moten. Let me see here. Wrestling Gaming TV says Punk and Cornette and WWE as manager would be the ultimate savagery. 100%. 100%. Assemble. Speaking of Assemble, man, he'll be here next week. Says evening, boys. Thanks for stopping by, bro. I appreciate that, man. Not as big as your streams, but we still appreciate you stopping by. Matthew Lopez says, feels like Punk knew he was done saying goodbye to fans. Yeah, sucks. Sucks, man. Everything Pro Wrestling saying preach. Tokyo Menace says, CM Punk versus Seth freaking Rollins match I want to see. Everything Pro Wrestling says, welcome Assemble. See here. Curry man, bitch. Symbol says, if you stack up the sequence of events, you can see a somewhat logical thread of Punk was set up. LOL. Exactly, man. Like that's what I'm saying. It just seems a little weird to me.
Brett Shawn. It's Brett Shawn. It's Hogan Sting all over again. Except I think there's going to be a turntable where Punk's going to get the last laugh.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Everything Pro Wrestling says Brett and HBK were both great. Yeah, 100%, dude. 100%. I'm more of a Shawn guy, but I was definitely a Bret Hart guy too, man. Bret Hart, like I got a soft spot for Bret Hart, man. He had one of my favorite.
See, and there's a lot of things they did to Bret that were just so horrendous. I mean,
yeah,
his whole family
career towards the end is just so terrible to think about him in WCW and like what he had to give up and terrible.
Yeah, let's hope Punk doesn't go through. Oh, I don't like that Bill Goldberg guy. Let's hope he doesn't go through something like that.
Lucha Libre meme says, nah, it's all a work. Punk versus Tony Khan and Stadium Stampede match at the next Double or Nothing with the keys to the company on the line. Calling it. We're gonna put a keys on the pole. You know what I mean? Have keys on a pole match. AEW on a pole match. That's what we're doing here. Byron Cutler says, how about a Bray Wyatt Judgment Day Collector's Edition?
2 for 1.
Yeah, I don't see him putting 2 different collector's editions, but they could. Who knows, man? Who knows? A symbol says, yo, buddy, cheers. Steve Kelly says, could they bring in Brock Lesnar as Punk's replacement?
Brock's done.
Nobody is going there.
Brock's done.
Yeah, Brock.
And I can tell you this, the Elite, good luck trying to mess with Brock. Brock will beat that ass. He will not
Once again, man, let's give it up to AEW. Tribal Chief, CM Punk. This may be the final image that you ever see of him in AEW. They've already removed him from the Collision opening tape. They're removing his stuff. They removed his signs apparently at All Out. There's a lot of stuff.
The shirt thing was false, but yes, the signs, which it is what it is. What if? I mean, I know you're just putting all the conspiracy theories on me. What if? Somehow, if Punk goes to WWE, could that lure MJF to go over there? Because let's be honest, what other big star at AEW is going to run the ship? You don't. If you don't have MJF, you're done.
Got him. Yeah,
you're done. I'm sorry. I know there's. Don't get me wrong.
John Moxley.
But is he going to? Yeah, but is he going to run the ship? Because MJF's a whole different ballpark.
I couldn't tell you, man. Couldn't tell you. Well. Everybody get your final comments in, man. What do you think about the CM? Are you guys happy the CM Punk is gone from AEW? Do you think he's going to go to WWE? Let me see them final comments and see what everybody else thinks. It's
just interesting. Let's see. Something's going to come out. I don't know. Just certain things. I don't know. It's been wild in the wrestling world. But
he's been quiet on Instagram, too. So
I think he'll tell you when he's ready. I think he's going to do it when AEW has some big announcement. And he's like, hold on, hold my beer. Or, sorry, straight edge. Hold my whatever. Hold my Pepsi.
Yeah.
I have an announcement to make.
Well, so over the past couple of months, I've been releasing a lot of videos on WWE 2K24 and sending them to the man, Brian Williams, for everybody that's putting the comments in. I've been telling them to leave their comments, man. Leave those comments. They're reading them. 2K's reading them. Brian Williams is going to be back on the show. I might even have a symbol join us when we have Brian back on the show too, because I just think that would be cool, man. More video game people in here to share, the ideas, the better. That's how I look at it, because at the end of the day, we're all in that community where we all play wrestling video games. So if we can all make it better together, let's do it, man. Let's do it. I've been playing them my whole life, so um, I'm ready for this game to pop off. I know that they got a lot of ideas. My next video is going to talk about those ideas that are I'm pretty sure are coming back this year. I can't obviously tell you a positive, but and for those wondering too, when I talk to Brian, I don't poke at him like, go ahead and give me the inside deets, you know what I mean? Even though I'm sure I could, but I don't do that because, I want to be as surprised as everybody else, for one, but that's why I'm making these videos. Make the videos, put them out, send them to Brian, like, here's what we think, you know what I mean? Check it out, tell us what you think. So that's pretty much where we're at on these videos, man. The community's coming out too, man. They're supporting the channel. We're growing in subscribers. This channel, we haven't really done much with this channel since we started YouTube, and then once I started doing the video game stuff, started popping off. So I'm thankful, man. I'm thankful. We released some other shorts that have pro wrestling news or pro wrestling moments. People are really digging those too. So the channel is growing at a rapid pace, and I'm really appreciative of it. And the community is growing too. We got quite a community, video game community that is enjoying the videos. So I'm thankful, man.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, WWE 2K24, James, there was something that you said stuck out really good when we interviewed Brian. You were asking for thumbtacks, and Brian seemed like he was pretty sure that those were going to end up in a 2K game. Now with Fight Forever out, they've seen the thumbtacks in action. Do you think the 2K is going to pull this off better?
I would think so. Maybe better animation. Let's see what they do with it. Does it stay in the ring forever? It was odd. I mean, and I think it was a test beta back in the day when they just did it on the Wii console, and now bringing it, let's be honest, they're taking a little bit of ideas from AEW Fight Forever, which there's no problem with it. I would do the same thing. And they do use thumbtacks here and there in WWE, not as often as they did back then, but just a little bit of detail. We've been asking for, different weapons. That's a new one to throw in there. I don't see why not.
Who do you want to see on the cover? Let's talk about cover stars, man. Who'd you like to see on the cover? We got Byron in here saying Judgment Day for Collector's Edition, Bray Wyatt for Collector's Edition. Who do you think is the main cover star? By the way, Everything Pro Wrestling on his final thoughts about CM Punk says, I'm going to sit back and wait. Disappointed in my is my final thought. I'm disappointed too, man. I'm with you.
It's got to be.
Yeah, it's like wrestling fans that are fans of CM Punk. It's like a bad breakup that just happened, right? So
yeah.
But I'm not opposed to him going to WWE either, man. I think that, if he did finish his run in WWE, at least we'd get to see him like a Hall of Fame speech. We'd get to see like a lot of other things that come along with that WWE territory. Maybe we get to see him main event or WrestleMania. I'm good. I'm good with it, man.
Yeah, and he can do some inside out deeds of, hey, AEW does this, so let me have the mic. I'll say a lot of stuff in the ring, which they would be glad to do it. Vince would allow it. They allowed it back then. They went on a bad terms, but it's been years. Could be, can 10 years later goes back to WWE. You don't know. But for the cover star, I mean, I think it's obvious to me, maybe it's not to others, it's got to be Cody Rhodes. I mean, he's the big star. He's, they used to do big timers for him all the time. Like, oh, Cody will be on in like, an hour and a half. He gets the crowd wild. I haven't heard 1 ounce of, of criticism towards him. He's been doing everything well. He's put superstars over. He's great, very well on the mic. He's doing a program with I think with Cena and somebody, and was it Grayson Waller in them, if I'm mistaken. And why not add more? I mean, he knows about AEW. I mean, And I think Cody wouldn't be opposed to having someone else coming in. Punk would be a very viable, to the show whatsoever. Could you imagine a Cody and a Punk in the ring at the same time? That would get the crowd
Look,
stirred
man, if
up.
Punk comes back, I'm stoked to get him back at WWE 2K24. Let's get it.
Well, let's, who knows? I mean,
We'll
he
get
can
a
do the whole,
proper Pepsi plunge.
he can do the whole thing. He can, and he would work his ways with Triple H. Things are a little different. Triple H, yeah, he was in that role of time. Now he's like, hey, I'm here. They wouldn't allow
I
fights
guess
and all this happen.
let's ask the chat too. Everybody that's in here, are you guys opposed to CM Punk going back to WWE, or are we just gonna end Punk's career like right now?
I mean, could they do a mockery and say, like just to piss off Cody fans and AEW, I'll go over here and I'll finish my damn story. I'll get that main event spot that I never got.
Could be.
I mean,
I just want to know what everybody else in the chat's feeling.
Who knows?
Are you guys
like,
feeling?
I'll be honest.
Feeling
I was in
CM Punk in
disbelief.
WWE.
I was surprised. I didn't think Cody was going to go back to WWE, and he did. We never seen CM Punk going back to ever WWE again. Well, we don't know. We didn't think Brett and Sean were ever going to make amends. It took them years.
Let's be real. Do you really think that CM Punk was visiting WWE just to see his friends? No.
No,
of course not.
No, I know he was there for Cora Jade. I know he which is odd that he went to go see the Miz, and I know everything with the blood money stuff.
He went to make amends. Make amends,
and I'm pretty sure Triple H would have talked to him, and Vince is like, "Hey, sorry, we don't want to talk to him because
that's
Tony
because he was under
contract." Tampering.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the thing. And then I
I
can't remember. Was this was before Brawl Out, correct? Or was this after?
This is after.
Okay.
After, yep.
So see, and I think that's what the story coming out for Sean, that he wanted to return. So everything's like revolving. Once somebody heard about it, hey, let's do everything in our power. Let's piss this guy off. We don't want him here. And all it took was just Punk not agreeing with Adam Hangman Page.
Frodo says late to the party. Man, I'm just happy you're here now, bro. That's all that matters, man. Steve Kelly says, put Bray Wyatt on the cover of WWE 2K24.
Bernard the Bear.
He's Bernard the Bear on the cover. Easy, not a fan of WWE 2K. Punk World Tour, please. So here's the thing. Nobody has enough money to pay CM Punk to come back, except for WWE. And you're not going to get a CM Punk in New Japan Pro Wrestling. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. Kenny has too much pull with that company. Tony Khan is in a working relationship with him. It's not going to happen. And if CM Punk shows up in the Impact Zone, which would be a freaking mistake, Impact would never end up working with AEW again.
I would question it. Would Punk work all the dates and all the house shows and all that? Does he have a problem with would they make a deal with maybe AJ coming back? I mean, they made a deal with, I know Brandy Rhodes is supposed to come. I don't know when whatsoever. Would they make amends with Punk? Say, all right, we'll give you lesser dates. I think
Brandy has already said that she's not coming.
I'm just, and his age, he's much older.
He's only got a couple years left.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
He could just have he could just be there for a year, farewell tour, and that's it.
Yep. Byron Cutler says dumpster match, ambulance match, 3 stages of hell, I quit, Inferno. So he was also saying that they should add 5 new match types every year. I don't think that that's possible, man. Like, there's just too much to work on when it comes to the My Rise. The Universe mode is still broken. The My GM mode is still broken. There's a few things in the game that needs tweaked. You'll probably see about 2 match types if we're lucky this year.
Just put it out there for myself, though. I could see it in the headlines. I don't know when this is going to happen. It could happen in the next few months, could happen in 2024, but it's going to be CM Punk goes off and somebody from AEW major gets fired. I'm not sure who. Could it possibly, I'll throw it out there. Could it be possibly Punk somehow lures Tony Khan to get out of the company? I don't know. Something sounds all fishy to us, and I'm just relating it with all the other stories, the NFL specifically. I don't know. And who would be the next owner that would run the ship?
So Matthew Lopez says, I'm not opposed to Punk return to WWE. My concern is, will they give him the same type of treatment they do Cody Rhodes? Well, what's the same type of treatment? Cody Rhodes is the biggest star he's ever been. He's a way bigger star than what he was.
Guaranteed title run. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, shit, if you're getting a
Put
Cody
me on the
Rhodes
video
treatment
game
going
cover.
in, I mean, that's big treatment.
I think for his age, I don't think he'll get everything in the world, but he'll get some incentives.
Easy E says there's companies besides New Japan. Yeah, but are there companies besides New Japan that have Punk money? This is $1 million Phil we're talking about here. You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna have the money. So I don't know. It's crazy.
Vince is controversial. Vince will bring Punk back if he really cared to. I mean, there's reports that he'll bring him out. Hunter would do it. Yeah, he don't care if the locker room don't like him.
Yeah. Easy E says Cody wanted Punk money. Can Punk get Cody money? He might. Look, they just signed. If they're about to go through with this deal with Endeavor, man. CM Punk is a big MMA guy. He does a lot of stuff with UFC still, so I don't think it's impossible.
They're hoping the Endeavor deal goes through and everything. They're just saying, Vince, stay back home. We already have enough problems with you and the government raiding your house. So,
Tokyo Dominic says Punk will be a part timer. I'm okay with that too.
That's what I think.
Maybe it's best for that. Stay back, train, do your thing, so when you do come, we can have good matches from you and you don't get hurt in the matches. Because CM Punk was getting hurt a lot in AEW, man. He's the only champion to have it 2 times and go out with injury both times. So he never had a single title defense.
And yes, I see the subliminal messages. Yes, like what was it? Gunter's now the longest IC champion. Shout out to him. And they did like a video package and Punk wasn't involved in there. So
Punk wasn't?
No, because he was an IC champ. So
I got you. Yeah.
So I don't think they just want to throw. I think it's going to be little by little. And I think when Punk, if he ever goes to WWE, how tight is it going to be to the point where the dirt sheets still don't know that he's coming? I mean,
Steve Kelly says you can't compare Cody to Punk. You better elaborate, Steve, because we got some Punk guys in here that like Punk way more than Cody. Not me. I'm a Cody guy, but I still am a CM Punk guy. Cody's my dude though. Let me see here. Byron Cutler again. Inferno. An I Quit match in WWE 2K24. I think the I Quit match will probably come back. I don't see them doing the Inferno, but
Inferno match was. There could be some modifications to the Inferno match. They've had it what 4 or 5 years ago, probably longer.
Yeah, I didn't really have fun doing that match, but I mean,
They could bring some matches. Like I don't think they've ever done a dumpster match. Maybe the older games. Ambulance, not that I could throw of. Buried Alive, that used to be in the games some time ago.
And believe it or not, Byron is not the only person asking for these type of matches. You got to go and read our comments on our videos, man. There's tons of people asking for these type of matches back. Tokyo Dominic says Collision now Bullet Club Gold show. Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be the Bryan Danielson show. From what I'm hearing, Bryan Danielson was on the media scrum, and he said that he wants to be wrestling on Collision most of the time now because of school for his kids, and it's easier for And this is the cool part about Tony Khan is he actually gives these wrestlers that option. If this was Vince, he'd say, "You're working on whatever show I tell you. I don't
You're
care.
working 4 times a week, bud. You're working this show. We might need you for that additional show. Oh, and 2 house shows as well."
Yeah. Everything Pro Wrestling says Punk helped Cody rise up the card. I always love the champions picture with Punk. Yeah.
And I don't know if Punk ever had problems with Cody. I can't think of it. Not that we know of.
Well, nothing's ever come out about why Cody has left. So that could be another thing that Punk I'm sure Punk knows the reason because Punk was in the back when Cody left. So
and you got to take it this way. Cody did not want to be in the role like the Bucks. I'm surprised they didn't win the titles. It's coming soon, and I'm probably gonna hate it.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Let's put. Anything else you want to say about CM Punk right now?
I mean, Punk's just gonna, if you will. Just enjoy himself. He's going to be, if you take it this way, a retirement tour, if you will. He'll be at Chicago. I don't know if he likes the Bears.
Bears.
But, he'll be at Chicago Blackhawks. He'll be tweeting that stuff out or doing whatever. I still think when that whole thing comes out of whatever he's going to say, it's going to be during the time where AEW just has some big extravaganza going on that's like the AEW fans go wild for, and then boom, comes out with it. And it's going to stir stuff up. It's going to get the locker room stirred up, pissed off. Dave and Brian are going to be right there centered and defending it in every honor. It's going to be in the history books as well. But I don't know. I just sense something's going to happen. I'm taking this from how the NFL had their problems. Somebody major is going to get fired. I don't know. I'm going to be bold. I don't know if I see Tony Khan being in AEW in 2024 or 2025. Somewhere, something's going to happen. There's something lingering in the locker rooms that Punk knows about that is against everything they've done. Something maybe they're doing. There could be, I don't know if this is possible, maybe OSHA violations in wrestling. I don't know if that's a thing.
Could be. Everything Pro Wrestling says he's helped a few of those guys: Kofi, Evan Bourne, Beth Phoenix, Cody, and Zack Ryder. It's true. Punk helped a lot of guys too in AEW. So, not that he was selfish,
like I said,
I think that he look. Punk said a long time ago is the problem was I was helping a guy get to the top that did not want to see me at the top. You know what I mean? He said that about Colt Cabana, and I'm pretty sure the same thing goes with the Elite and everybody else in their party, is that once he came in, he went so high on the card that, and Tony Khan was back there talking him up to everybody, right? This guy did everything for us. This guy gave us the first $1 million gate. This guy sold out this. This sold out this. All these records he was talking CM Punk about. It's wild, man. It's a wild situation. So, jealousy is a thing, and I think that's what happened. But Tokyo Dominic says casket match. He wants to see casket match in WWE 2K24. How you feel about that, James?
Yeah, I mean, the casket match is iconic. We've had it for numerous of years at times.
They need to make it more playable though, because that match was booty when they had that back in the old SmackDown versus Raw games. You could literally
you would have to.
You had no interaction with it. It's
you would just you just had a little blue bar, and you would have to get into the center, throw them in, or a finisher automatically throws them in.
I want a Darby Allin splash onto that casket. And
they're gonna do something, and they're gonna do something before AEW thinks of doing it, or something. Hey, you guys could have done this, and WWE just jumps right on it.
They did jump on the War Games.
I mean, could it possibly?
AEW was close enough to getting their game done. They're like, hey, before they release Blood and Guts, let's do this War Games,
I mean, could it possibly be they throw some shade and say, hey, let's throw our own version of a Stadium Stampede in our game, but make it a lot better?
I would much rather see like something like a strap match, or we've never had a strap match or a dog collar match. That would be sick to have in a game.
Yeah, fight pit or something. They'll bring back the championship scramble. I was fine with that.
Yeah, that
was a cool thing.
Tokyo says Punk will go ghost until 2024 and show up at the Rumble. He might.
He will. I don't think he'll show. Yeah, I don't think he'll be a Survivor Series. He'll probably be, like I said, at a Chicago Blackhawks game or something. That's what I think.
Maybe
just mess around, and then where is the Rumble? Where is the Rumble for 2024? Anybody know? I don't know if that's ever been announced.
I can't remember where. Well, I'll tell you where it was supposed to be for 2022 or 2021. I think it was. It was supposed to be in Seattle. We never got it. So Byron Cutler says the ambulance match was in SmackDown versus Raw 2010. Was it? Oh, on Nintendo DS.
Yes, as I'm saying. Same with the thumbtacks.
Okay. Well,
the thumbtacks I think was 11. It was on the Wii.
It was in 2009. Yeah. SmackDown versus
Which
Raw,
I don't know why they ever did that. I don't know if Brian has ever mentioned why they just did it and tested on.
No, he did. He did in the interview. So if you go back and watch the video that I just clipped and uploaded to our channel, when you talked to him about the thumbtacks, he said that they had the thumbtacks in that Legends of WrestleMania game, and then they just basically put it in the SKU for the Wii, but it wasn't able to make it to the other games for some reason.
Yeah, it was just a bag, and it was at the time it looked like very AEW-ish.
Yeah. So
I don't know how the ambulance match was. I don't remember that.
Rumble might be in Orlando. Oh, okay, so they haven't even announced it yet. That's crazy. Normally they announce it like a year in advance or something like that.
Yeah, because it's coming up. It's usually what?
Rumble's like almost as big as WrestleMania.
February,
nowadays.
Probably. It's either January or maybe late or early February during the Super Bowl.
Always in January.
Well, late January. Yeah, this time it was late
January. Yep. Easy E says Ukes being Ukes. It's a fact.
So
that's a fact. Well, look, Easy man, you're one to judge on the 2K games. What would you like to see in WWE 2K24? Like, what is something that needs to pop for you? Not a whole list of things, but I mean, like, what is one feature that you think would stand out the most? And I'm talking to the rest of the chat too. Pick one feature that would stand out to you the most in WWE 2K24. I don't know which one. Well, I do know which one I want. Personally, I want the GM mode online. That would be like pretty much that would keep me going. Like I feel like I could pop
why
on with
not
like any of
push
my
the
friends.
evolution, make it a lot longer, if you will. Seems
Yeah.
short to me. Yeah, we've
Well,
never
nah,
done that
you can do
online.
those 12 months. You can do a full
Well,
year.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
So that's
I
pretty
mean,
good.
take it from EA. I know this is a 2 point. I know EA is a whole different thing, but why not make it 2 players or 4 players? You can have a save, like a save library online. You can do it with franchise mode for Madden and other games. Why not push it to that agenda?
All right. All right.
Mm.
Yeah, so we got a couple of them in here. Byron Cutler says Road to WrestleMania. So that's what a lot of people are asking for. I don't think that Road to WrestleMania is coming. I think that it's still going to be my rise. I would like to see that 40 years of WrestleMania come in, but we'll see. Hold on. Crossplay. NBA is doing it. Crossplay would
Yeah,
be amazing.
get all the consoles that are PC. I mean, could
I
you
feel like
imagine
we were
all the
lied to for AEW Fight Forever. We were told this was going to be crossplay, but it never
Yeah,
happened.
according to Kenny, that's what the plan was, but they had other ideas, firing Phil Brooks.
Well, no, this was actually Sony's decision, and
Yeah,
Sony
no, I
basically
get it.
screwed this. So anything that releases on Sony, for crossplay, they get like a bigger cut or so. It's something weird in the logistics, but you can go and look it up for yourself. It's really weird, but Sony had something to do with the crossplay. It's crazy. Everything Pro Wrestling says fix GM mechanics, and Levi says custom entrances with titles. I don't even want to win titles because I love my badass entrance I made. That is something that hasn't been in for like at all, huh? You can't make custom. Oh no, it has been. It used to have a custom entrance with titles
I
before. When did they take that
probably
out? Was it a couple years ago?
it had to have been. I haven't paid attention.
Hmm. Easy says my
Mm.
rise option to start as a vet, trying to make his way to top rather than a rookie. That's an interesting idea for my rise for
Yeah,
sure,
take
man.
it from a different perspective.
Yeah, instead of starting out on
Honestly, if
like
you
the
do it with
NXT
Cody,
and
you
stuff.
can do it of hey, let me finish the story. I mean, you could do it with him in a sense, put somewhere else in that perspective. You had a legendary father. You went from this company to this company, and here you are trying to win the world title, but there's always shenanigans in the way.
Yeah. Everything Pro Wrestling says not a fan of this type versus type to
For the
make a great
GM mode.
match.
Yeah, I kind of
Oh.
hated that. I was not a fan of it.
Well, I'm sure those upgrades are coming anyway. Like they're definitely
Probably
I
bring
mean
the
the
old school mechanics like for the old day. Like I get it, you want to make it, theoretically right. You want
yeah,
to throw
yeah.
like little things like you can't have a brawler fighting a brawler and expect a 5-star match. I think they
Yeah.
want to put it in a way, two Goliaths go on it. Oh nope, sorry, can't be rated 4 or 5 stars.
Steve Kelly says more online play. Yeah, 100%, dude. The online community needs some freaking love in this game, dude. I'm tired of us getting screwed over, man. We used to have the 30-man Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble. What was the Royal Rumble that we got now, James? It was like 8 people or something like that, and it was
Yeah, I
done.
think 8 and you can't even choose another player.
Yeah, that sucks. Easy E says you can call it my rise, but if you got the writer of Road to WrestleMania, Justin Leeper, it's gonna be fire. Look, man, don't get me started on that. Like I like Justin Leeper and I love the Road to WrestleManias, but that freaking Road to Elite crap, man, that was like the most boring career mode I've ever played in my life. Byron Cutler says create a story and create a finisher. I think create a finisher is making a return, man. We're going to talk about that in the next video, too. Legoat says AEW Fight Forever could have used crossplay. Yeah. Yeah, 100%, dude. I was really hoping that game was going to be crossplay, so. This is slander, easy. This is a lot of slander, and I'm
Hey, but
not.
that makes sense. That's the idea they're gonna do. If you put Cody in there, you know they're gonna finish the story.
Man, I love you, E, but I'm taking this comment down.
I actually like that idea.
Everything Pro Wrestling says online leagues. Yeah, I don't think those are ever coming, man. I feel like they just want to take that eFed mentality and throw it out the window for some reason. They need to get new servers in this game for it to work really well. I
If
don't
they
know what
do
else.
crossplay, the servers are going to be very fixed, big time. I don't know how. The what's it called? The downloadable content's going to because there's going to be
Yeah.
so many mods and it's going to be a disaster. You probably won't even be able to play a game with the PC mods in there. Oh boy, we'd be back here complaining about that.
Yeah, Byron Color says WWE 12 had the 40-man Royal Rumble online too. I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that I would like to see come back in the game. Obviously, I've been making the videos for them. There's a lot of things that I feel like mechanic-wise could be in the game because look, you got a simulation, right? This is a simulation style game. I mean, is it 100% simulation? No video game is going to be 100% simulation. It's a freaking video game. But at the same time, you want to make some things real. We got to bring chain wrestling back. That is like a widely asked about feature that a lot of people want to see make its return to the franchise. I need to see more blood because the blood in the game has sucked for a very, very long time. I need to see more blood. I need to see it dripping. I need to see thumbtacks. AEW Fight Forever has proven that it can work. I feel like we need to make it happen. Does the game need to be as gory as an AEW Fight Forever? No, I don't believe so, but it would be cool if it was.
War games is there going to be their bread and butter to improve on because there's going to be a lot done to the war games.
I really liked War Games mode. I know there was a lot of people that were like, man, it's okay, but I thought it was a really good feature. But I mean, I don't know. That's me. I had fun with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's like creative finisher needs to come back because I feel like that would help the community creations out a lot. So creative finisher is definitely
created an arena with I don't know.
That needs revamped. Create an arena needs revamped.
I think you can.
We need a lot more.
Why not do it? Why not make it an octagon? Why not do something else instead of traditional ring? Why not just take the ropes off? You can do a sumo wrestling type of looking. You can do something like that if you want to mix it up instead of just traditional, four corners.
Yeah. Oh, let's see here. You got the pseudo 51 reference? No, I didn't, man. I didn't. Maybe James did. Did you catch that, James?
No, I didn't catch it.
Everything Pro Wrestling says, have you seen an NBA 2K tweet? NBA 2K, we will be at Knicks game this week. First comment.
Nick those servers.
Yeah, facts, dude. And first comment, nix those servers, dude. Yeah, 2K definitely needs to invest in some better servers. Levi says create a move like Fire Pros create a move. So create a finisher or create a move.
What was the server they used back in like 2006? I can't remember what it was called. Those servers were fire. They were great.
Oh yeah,
it had like a little green. It was like a green logo, right? It was like a little green logo. I don't remember what it was called. Though.
Are you talking about SmackDown versus Raw 2007?
Yeah, 6 or 7. It was 6 or 7. I can't remember.
6 was good, but I think 7 was probably
7 was 7 good too.
7 servers were good. 09 was good. Like the servers. I mean, there's a lot of glitching and stuff involved, but the servers, man, I never had a problem on 09.
You always got into the game.
Hardly had a problem on 2011 and 2010. 2010 sucked because there was a lot of lag on the reversal.
Yeah. First that's what it was. I think it was GameSpy. Yeah, that's what it was.
Okay. Yeah. So 2011, I'd say 2009 and 2007 were my favorite games to play online. But I don't know.
It was I believe it was GameSpy.
Legoat says I would like to see AEW get a bigger investment from other studios. Oh, and down here he says like Ubisoft. That'd be cool, man. Yeah, like Yuke's got to go, man. It really sucks because I had a lot of hope for AEW Fight Forever. I still do, man. Like I still hope that something happens for him because if it doesn't, man, this company's not going to release no games for a long
Just a
time.
random question. What I remember he was kind of hated. I don't know. At least that's what I remember. What happened to Corey Ledesma? I haven't heard that name in
He
forever.
was in THQ, and when
Okay.
THQ went belly up, he went belly up.
Yeah.
He's doing something else now.
I don't know what he's doing. I don't know. Just randomly that
So I'm
thought
actually
came up.
friends with him on social media, on my personal social medias. I've known that guy for a long time too, and I've
Yeah.
actually exchanged messages with him. He's a pretty cool guy, but he used to be like that spokesman for the WWE games,
Yes,
for
I
sure.
remember he was huge. He was always doing the content when they would
Yeah.
have like a release party. He was always up there.
No, yeah, he's a cool guy, man. I had some drinks with him, him and Brian and the whole crew.
I
Like
don't know why I
it was
remember. I
fun.
thought he got fired. I know people wanted him fired. I know I heard that as a rumor.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, it's a video game, dude. You're not going to get every single thing that you
Yeah.
want in one video game, especially when it's a yearly release. I mean, I just think people need to be realistic at times. But Tokyo Domina says War Games should have been in 2K19. That's a fact, dude. Like I was waiting forever for that for that mode to come out. This is crazy. Um, Byron says a pass out submission mechanic.
So the
Yeah, that'd
one,
be great.
yes,
That'd be cool.
yeah, the old one from I think what 6 or 7, the one I've pointed out a lot of times to you.
Yeah. There needs to be other mechanics too within this game
Just bring
that
back the
like
old school mechanics. I mean, the one, yeah, with the passing out submission system, we would have like 3 tries. The one where you can have a double. What was the terminology for it when both wrestlers can't even get up after a 10 count in the center of the ring?
double count
That
out.
was double count out, I guess. They should bring that back. Just a little with things there.
I think 3 stages of hell should be completely revamped too. I'm gonna make a whole video on that too, but
Yeah.
I would like to see
A new dirty tactic.
no, but like if you're doing a 3 stages of hell, if you bring that type of match back, you need to be tired throughout this match. Like I'm not talking about
Yeah, draining
red
over. Yeah.
body, all this stuff. Like you need to show how tired you are in the match. Like you should not be able to move as good. You should not be able to perform moves as good. You should be sweating. They need to bring back that sweat
I will
animation.
say a low blow animation was the one that Roman did during the kick out. That never has been in the
Mm.
game. That should be in there.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, Isaiah Hill saying, "Oh, bring back 3 stages of
Yeah,
hell."
3
Yeah,
days, 3 days of hills. I wish they would bring back the old stamina system back in the day, where you would have to click the select button and you both had it at the same time. I still dig that old school mechanic.
Everything Pro Wrestling said 12 was bad. I had to download creations at 3 a.m. Yeah, 12 sucked. As soon as they went to the WWE name and went away from the SmackDown versus Raw, I seen a dip in quality right away. Like I was like, oh man, this is nothing like SmackDown.
How about picture in picture into the game?
Yeah, like in Raw 2, that was cool.
Raw 2, and they do that a lot.
Raw 2, like we were talking about this in our chat, Raw 2 had a lot of features that were fantastic, dude. I can't remember the gameplay. Conrad said it was doo-doo. I remember having fun with it, but I can't remember it. I'd have to go back and play and judge it again, but I do remember all the little features that were in that game, and I'm going to add them in one of my videos too, because I have some videos, some video clips from that game on little features that I really loved that was pretty detailed.
Yeah, I wouldn't know
like
because I never played Raw 2 or 1.
It was exclusive to the
Xbox.
Xbox.
At the time, yeah. I think the first Xbox game I got for wrestling was I think it was like WWE WrestleMania or something like that.
Yeah.
And that was terrible. I didn't like it one bit.
Well, we're gonna get more into this with Assemble too next week. We're gonna really dive into like what we want to see. But speaking of Assemble, actually, he has a comment down here. He says, "I wish they would just let us press D-pad or select button to call for interference manually." So
they used to have that, right?
Yeah.
They used to have that where you would interrupt the ref or somehow your manager would throw the chair in the ring or do whatever.
Yeah, dude. That's a great feature that they need to bring back. That would be awesome.
I mean, you could do certain mechanics where if you want to, I know they don't even do the ring bell anymore, right? You can't bring in the ring bell. That's not a thing, right?
No.
You could do that where you have to fight it, take it from someone, like take it from whoever's holding the ring bell.
I wish we would see like the ring announcers sitting out there and stuff too. Like I don't know, like Samantha, that'd be cool. Like if you're on Raw, you see Samantha sitting out there, that'd be cool, man. Throw somebody into her or something.
Yeah, throw them over to the crowd. They collide with the crowd. I don't know.
Just some chaos. Like I would like to see that. But yeah, Symbol's right, man. Like that manual interference mode would be great. I don't know why we took that out, man. There's so many things that we've taken out of these games over the years that I'm just like, why did
Yeah, just a little bit of detail
diminishing
in the game.
face paint, dude? That was like one of the coolest features. Like,
Yeah,
damn, dude, why'd you take that from me?
They're like, well,
Like,
if you wanted that, we had to put this in, and you guys really wanted that, so we had to take something out, and that was the
when
first
they
thing we
had the
thought.
straps, you know what I mean, where you can pull down the straps,
Why not?
bro. There was not a single match where I played as Kurt Angle or anybody with straps that I didn't take them things down online.
You
Like,
could
it was so much fun, dude.
something I don't know how it would implement this. This would be a question for Brian. Maybe a
Blind
blindfold
text.
match.
Oh, blindfold.
But I don't know how you would maybe you introvert the controls. You got to play it that way. I'm not sure how you would do that.
Yeah, possibly, man. Easy E says, remove objects from showcase. Let us just play the match, then show us a short clip after. Objective, sorry, not objects. Read that wrong. Dude, I am with that. I'm so like burnout on on the showcase modes. Ugh. I might have fun with the
How
Bray
about
Wyatt if
make
they do Bray
everyone
Wyatt.
unlockable instead of just having them in my faction?
Yeah.
I understand they do that
Or
for a
how about we
reason.
just get rid of my faction? That mode
If you
fucking
do,
sucks.
okay, you could. Yeah, they need to have better implications with my faction with online because I haven't heard nothing good about it for online purposes. You can play it online, but I haven't heard you don't get much out of it. Maybe I could be wrong. I don't play it. I played it for briefly, like maybe a week.
Everything Pro Wrestling says Raw 2 Retro View. Yeah, man. I want to buy that game because I know that the Xbox Series X, because I got all the consoles, but I know Xbox Series X has compatibility to where I can play the old.
Which one was better, Raw
original.
1 or 2?
2, obviously. But I mean, Raw 1 was one of the first games. So the first Raw was one of the first games that you actually, during your entrance, you could stop and interfere in the entrance. You can either, if you're controlling the guy in the ring or on the ramp, you can choose to stop your entrance and start the action right away. That was
There
the
you go.
first game that I've ever seen that.
$10. There you go.
$10
for sale. $10, $6.
Why don't you just go ahead and ship that to my house? You got my address, bud.
No, thank you. We're broke.
He says more you and everybody in the world right now. Easy E says more alternative gear / and past gimmicks. Yeah, man, I'm with that too, man. 100%. Isaiah Hill says I want animations to climb the stage. That'd be great. Like
I think you mentioned it to me.
you
can put like
fist.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned to me with Raw 2 you can put like hair on Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, dude, you used to be. Yeah, you had full
you
control.
Can put Austin with a mohawk, and you can't do that now.
You
can just change the colors.
Yeah, you had full control over your customization in that from your in-game models. I love that. Easy E says new crop of original Kaw music. It's been the same since WWE 12. Yeah, that's rough, dude. I don't know. The music thing in the 2K franchise, he says in 2011. Damn, it's been that long. And Byron Cutler says moves off the Titantron.
I thought they were very ballsy when they allowed it where you can put your own music on the character. And I don't know how they got away with that.
You remember this jam? Everything Pro Wrestling better have my money.
My money. Better have that was.
Oh man, a symbol
classic.
says, or let us grab the title during the title match to do a DQ or something. Yeah, that'd be cool, man. Look, it's a simulation game. At the end of the day, we just want a friggin' simulation. Like, make it happen. Like, I tell Brian that all the time. Like, bro, I know you ain't the only guy making the game. Like, you ain't the only guy making the game, but can we get a freaking simulation game over here and stop limiting my gameplay? You know, one thing that I know is coming back, like, obviously it's going to happen in 2K24. I know from all the feedback is double title matches. That is, like, one thing that I see in comments every single day, and it's multiple comments, dude. Like, endless comments, double title matches. Ever since this whole Roman Reigns crap, like
the bloodline,
yeah. Special referee, it's another one, dude. That's I'm almost for sure is coming back.
That was very popular back in the day.
Yeah. Easy E says no ring bell. That's Brett's favorite weapon. Another screw job. Damn it. Everything Pro Wrestling. That theme stays. Steve Kelly, bring in the breaking of the announce table. So look, the thing about the announce tables that I would like to see changed is I'm tired of having to hit a finisher to break it. I'd like to be able to jump off the top rope and, put somebody through it, or, set up a ladder and to put somebody through it. All that kind of stuff, man. I just think there's too much limitations when it comes to that announce table now. It
What
sucks.
about if you bring back the when they used to do like raw lottery, with the roulette wheel? Could do something like that.
Yeah.
That would be
That'd
one
be
to
cool.
throw in there.
Easy. He says at everything pro wrestling. I ain't got your money.
Your money.
Tell them to fix those controls. Oh man, Conrad, you know Brian. Why don't you hit him up and tell him like
Better have my money.
He's oh, by the way, Brian's going to be showing up on Everything Pro Wrestling as well during the 2K24 season. So make sure you pop in their live stream and show them some love and subscribe to them too. Yeah, man. You know Brian, man. Hit him up. Tell him, man, we need them 2-button reversals on the triggers again. Take that face reverse off, because that is terrible. Terrible. Byron Color says the pro wrestling shoot moves off the Titantron and WWE 2K24. Maybe. I don't know. Pull a LOD Hawk. Shove somebody off of it.
LOD Hawk.
That
was too much.
Steve, we're about an hour and 30 minutes into this stream. We're about to call it quits anyway. I think we're good. Steve Kelly says,
"Oh, look at the time."
Yeah, taking down the straps was fun. Yeah, man, it was a cool feature. Tokyo Domina says, does anybody touch my faction?
Don't tell Brian.
Less playable mode. Yeah, look, man, that's how they make their, in-game purchases. So you already know that, Stan. My faction mode sucks. I've already told him, man. Like, I've already told him. Trust me. As soon as I
tried it in Madden back in the day, and I spent a lot of damn money. Right?
Isn't this the third year of my faction or second year?
I think, isn't it the first? I don't think they had it the last game.
Year.
Did we? I don't recall that.
Yeah, we had it in 22, and I can't remember if we had it in 20 either, but
I could have sworn this was the first year.
I played 20 for a week, and that thing was out of my console.
But I know you guys are trying the EA route, but I did it for Madden. I can't remember, and I spent thousands of dollars on, not thousands of dollars, but a good amount of money on just getting packs. But it's getting too expensive in this world, man. That's
why I made that other video too, man, talking about, is this minor upgrade even worth your money nowadays? You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Conrad says my faction is trash. Byron Cutler says defending the championship in a Royal Rumble match. Did they take that out? That used to be a thing.
Was that a thing?
Yeah.
I don't even remember that.
Oh yeah, that sucks. It shows you how much I've played 2K24, really. Like, I haven't really dove in and, like, tried everything, I guess. Isaiah Hill says, my Rise story needs to be longer this year. Bro, don't be telling that. Don't be telling Conrad that stuff, man. That boy's still trying to get Molly Holly to this day. Like, I don't know, man. Yeah.
Well, let me see. Well, Hogan said to throw in Molly Holly in there to make it really hard for Conrad to get.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. He says, in DOR, you could just belly to belly someone from the floor through the table. Let us do that stuff like that again. Yeah, I agree, man.
Oh, Day of Reckoning was something.
Day of Reckoning was so fun, dude. I love that game. Everything Pro Wrestling says, Brian ain't ready for this rant on controls. Hey, man, you let him have it, dude.
Better have my controls.
Better have them controls. AZE says, we are desperately out of time, folks. For sure. Talking about people getting shoved off the Titantron. Never ever played my faction. I tried it, dude, and just it's not for me. Like, what's even the point? You can't get every card, so there's no point.
Well, you could if you play it nonstop.
Okay, Easy says the first game was WWE 2K22.
Then it was missable.
I thought it was like the third year for some reason, and when I seen my faction in it again, I text Brian and I was like, really, bro, my faction again, dude. Like, this mode sucks. He's like, I ain't the one, dude. He said, I ain't the one.
I just work for them.
Yeah. He's like, I just got back here. So he didn't see.
You're talking to the wrong person.
Yeah, he had just got back to 2K, and I was like, really, bro? Come on, dude. My faction sucks. It's terrible. Let me see here. Anyone got Mighty Molly yet? He's crying.
I'm surprised they haven't put it for sale to buy.
Nah, man.
They probably won't ever do it.
Isaiah Hill said, I did. Sorry, dog. Easy E says, remember when they put the grappies on the sticks?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Dude, I actually liked it. I actually liked the grapples on the sticks. I thought it was cool.
No, go back to my face buttons.
Well, look, I'm not like saying that they're better than the face buttons, but I didn't have a problem with them on the sticks back then. But Byron Cutler says the last time for defending the championship in Royal Rumble matches was WWE 2K20, was introduced in 2K17. Okay. Damn, dude, this guy's a history buff on these games.
Are we putting real glass on this game?
Steve Kelly says, don't get Conrad started on that Mighty Molly, bro. Don't do it. Don't do it. Easy E. Let's hide the Godfather and King Booker and new Oscar behind my faction. Yeah.
Hi, what's the status?
Oh, dude. Yeah. I'm so grateful that we have people like What's the Status and Joe Mashups if you're on like PC or something. There's so many great creations. Yeah, so many great creations this year. This year was by far the best year for community creations. Everything pro wrestling. Hulk Hogan was like, dude, I was telling my family about Y2K. Then bam, it hit me. WWE 2K24, dude, was created by me, brother. Mighty Molly should require 2 completions of my rise, brother. That Simon called me. Oh, Hogan, dude. Hogan, what is going on? Jimmy Taint? Oh,
this better not be Chris Williams.
Is this Chris? Why am I popping up this guy's comments, bro?
You were looking at that. I'm like,
oh,
I'll mention this tomorrow. Hey, Chris. Yeah, I heard.
Chris, dude, always like he's like the worst person to have a part of your show. If you want,
he'll put some derogatory names in there.
Money on your podcast. Yeah. Conrad says, I can't breathe. He's over here dying. Oh, brother.
Jimmy Faint.
Jimmy Gooch? Chill. All right, this has just gone off the rails. We are desperately out of time, folks. Mm-hmm. For real, man, it's been good talking to you guys, man. It's been a good episode. Sorry about my CM Punk rant. It's just how I feel, man. That's just how I feel.
Look at this account right now.
Follow us everywhere at the Pro Wrestling Shoot on social media, man. Go hit up our TikTok, hit up our Twitter at the Pro Wrestling Shoot. Follow us on Instagram at the Pro Wrestling Shoot. I don't really care about Facebook, but follow us there too. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, make sure to hit a brother with that 5-star rate and review. Share this podcast to a friend. And if you like WWE 2K games, AEW Fight Forever games, or any other wrestling games on the market, come on over to our YouTube and hit that subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. We got a lot of content for you. Should I even go back to these comments right here? Jimmy Jack Gooch. That's a Jim Ross name, he says. Oh, man, we're putting the Jim Ross cowboy hat. Good old Jimmy Jack Gooch. Steve says this chat has gone off the rockers. It's not PG anymore, fellas. Anyway, follow us at the Pro Wrestling Shoot. I'm Jesse Carter. He's James Bernard Jr. We'll see you next week with a symbol on the show, talking some more WWE 2K24 right here on the Pro Wrestling Shoot. Pro Wrestling!